Radio that delivers up-to-date news and well-researched content.
A listener-led radio station.
Radio that doesn't speak at people,
but radio that listens and engages its listeners.
The rebirth is here.
Radio that laughs with you,
cries with you,
celebrates with you. Radio that understands you.
Our purpose is to use the magic of radio to inspire the human race.
That's why we do what we do.
We listen to inspire, forever keeping in tune with you.
No matter where you are, we stay in tune with you.
UFM.
It's UFM, we're in tune with you. 20 past 10, smack on the dot, still coming to you live from the Stonehenge River Lodge. Of course, we are here with DEDECT, the Department of Economic Development, Environment, Conservation and Tourism. And as promised earlier on, I did mention that the MEC is today officially launching the Tourism Arbor and Cleanup Month, of course. The launch is, of course, for all industry players as well as stakeholders. And, we are currently joined in our studio by Ntate Ntadisi Tlhopane, who is the Director for Tourism Development, just to, help paint a picture about everything that's going to be unfolding today at the Stonehenge River Lodge. Yes, the name gets me every time. Ntate Tlhopane, good morning. Welcome to UFM. How are you?
Good morning, Sweetness, and good morning to your listeners at home.
Yes. Let's talk about today. I mean, of course, the environment is beautiful. The energy is high. Yes. People are looking lovely and bright. Yes, everyone is excited. What is the objective of today's launch?
Okay. Before I start with the objective, maybe just to give a little bit of background.
Yes.
Tourism, September month is a very important month for the tourism industry. It's the month in which we profile tourism as an economic sector.
Yes.
Especially in terms of its contribution to job creation, transformation, and also social cohesion. So each and every year in September, we undertake a series of activities and programs just to profile and also promote the sector. So today's objective, it's the Tourism Month Media Launch, where we basically having a range of media houses that we have invited.
Yes.
To have a speech from the MEC in terms of Tourism Month, but also to profile the region that we are in, Dr. KK, the Frederick Dome,
yes,
as part of our hidden gems, such that when we use platforms like yours, the media, they are able then to profile such products for viewers to know and be able to come and visit.
Yes, I think it's the most beautiful thing is that we get to, like you were saying, we get to move and we get to profile different districts, like correct. We are in Dr. KK today. Correct. How is today's, or in fact this year's Heritage Month, Tourism Month different from the previous years?
Okay. One thing that we have taken note of is that when one thinks of the Northwest province as a tourism destination,
yes,
they think about Bilanisbek, they think about Sun City, they think about Hartebees and Madikwe. So we took a conscious decision to say that part of this year's Tourism Month launch, we will focus on our hidden gems.
Yes.
And Fedoford Dome is one of our hidden gems. And I'm sure as we were driving through, whether yesterday or this morning, through the mountains, I always call the Fedoford our little own Drakensberg.
Absolutely.
Because of the scenic views, the mountains and so forth. So these are the areas to say that in terms of our spread of tourism in the province,
yes,
these are the pockets of gems that we have, and then we wanted to profile them as such. But also, most importantly, beyond the promotion and awareness, is to also start to stimulate dialogue around the theme for Tourism Month, which is Rethinking Tourism. And the theme, it's quite important when you look at the devastating impact of COVID-19 on the industry. The tourism industry was the first sector to close, and the last sector to open.
Yes.
And that had a ripple effect on the livelihoods of the tourism businesses and the employees. So we are kickstarting various dialogues from a policy perspective, from a business perspective, and also from implementation perspective, to say as at the industry, how do we then respond to the various operating environment that we find ourselves in, including climate change, issues of ICT, issues of health, and so forth.
Alrighty. Who are going to be the participants taking part in all of today's festivities? I can imagine there's a lot that's going to be happening. I mean, you also just briefly touched on, of course, the official launch, the speech by the MEC. But what else can we anticipate, and who is going to be participating?
So basically you have the political leadership in terms of the MEC giving an overview of and then welcome, and then we have close to about 25 media houses that are hosted in the event. And we also have various tourism products that are situated in and around the Frederick Dome. So that there's that engagement and social interaction in terms of the products that are there as well. And also part of the taking the program forward, there will be a media tour for 2 days. Post the 2 days session. We will be taking through the various sites of Frederick Dome, the various activities and so forth.
Oh wow, that is definitely exciting. And before I let you go, as we wrap it up, obviously Tourism Month is a long month. What programs can we anticipate beyond everything that's going to be happening here? Do you have any other programs in place for the month?
In interest of time, I'll just highlight 2 or 3. We have the social tourism program. So under this program, we basically, it's a educational intervention that we have. Especially when you look at our background as the previously disadvantaged, tourism has largely been a foreign concept. So part of this social tourism program is to inculcate the culture of travel amongst the previously disadvantaged communities. So we're looking at high school learners, students in university institutions, and then we expose them to various tourism products such that they can start experiencing them as well. We are also having a Tourism Month public lecture in partnership with the University of Northwest, where we will be tapping into the knowledge base of academia to unpack this concept of rethinking tourism.
Beautiful.
And then we also working with our partner sectors, especially the environment and the heritage sector, whereby we will be planting 4,000 indigenous trees across our various communities.
For our month.
Yes. Which is quite significant for tourism.
Absolutely.
Because it promotes the preservation of the environment.
Indeed.
But also the beautification of our local communities, such that when people start to visit, things are beautiful and nice and green and all those things.
Absolutely.
And then we also having cleaning campaigns. We are targeting various illegal dumping sites and areas, places of interest where there's litter and stuff like that, so that we clean them up, so that when we offer the destination, it's a safe and clean destination for tourists to come through and enjoy what we have to offer.
I love that. I love that it encapsulates everything so beautifully. There's that balance of you get to learn while you get to experience, while you also get to clean up. Wonderful. Thank you so much, sir. What a pleasure. Of course, you do know that we are still coming to you live from the Stonehenge River Lodge. I was just in conversation with Daten Tatisi Klopani, who's the director for tourism development. Of course, we are here with DEDECT, which is the Department of Economic Development, Environment Conservation and Tourism. 28